Hello friends, Missionary Sonia Boris is here today. Today I'll be doing a very special episode for us. You know, people always keep coming up or call me on my phone and they said, Missionary, when are you going to show us how to do that nice Jamaican oxtail? I didn't remember that. I didn't have it in mind to do oxtail, but since you people are so much in me doing, so let's get started. You know, I have to wear my gloves because cooking so long it seems as if my hand gets seasoned to the food, so it takes very long time for the season. So you know, I'm just trying to say. So we are getting started. First, we have at least 3 pounds of oxtail inside here, right? This is the oxtail. So we are going to continue to go ahead and trim the oxtail. Okay, I get my knife, right? So here, what am I going to do? I'm going to trim the oxtail, but let me tell you something. Cooking something like oxtail, it's fatty. It's scary. A lot of it is fat, but don't mind, just cut off the heavy fat. Don't you ever try to take off all the fat off it, because you know what happened within the oxtail. We have good fats and we have bad fats. And when you're cooking your oxtail, I'm going to tell you some of that fat, it helps to season the oxtail, right? So this is how I do it. A little fat is leave on it. Look at that. A little fat is leave on my oxtail. So I'm not taking off all this fat today, just a little bit, not too much. It's heavy fat. Remember, you have good fat and you have. Why am I not taking off all that fat completely, leaving a little on it? The fat helps to tenderize the meat. It gives it a very nice flavor when you cook it. When I talk about tenderizing, who remember when you were small and when our grandparents used to cook this oxtail or cook this tough meat? What they used to use? Anybody can remind me what your grandparents used to use to tenderize that meat? Remember those big old nails that they said, oh, when they put the nail in the meat, it gets soft. But guess what? This is not now. And a lot of people use their pressure cooker. Missionary Boris don't use pressure cooker to cook. You know why I don't use pressure cooker? I love when my meat, this don't have any fat. This, all this on it is what helps to tenderize it. When it cooks, it becomes gluey. There's no fat here, so no need to trim this off. You're losing the flavor of the meat. Only the heavy fat. These don't need to be trimmed. This helps to tenderize the meat and it gives it good flavor. Yes, but you know, piece like this carries a very big piece of fat. So we go into it and we take it off. Yeah, man, we were talking about back in the days when our parents used to use this big old nail to put in the meat. How they used to think that way? They use those big nails to put in the food to say they're tenderizing it and it is cooking. Not now. No, that days people carry pressure cooker, but Missionary Sonia Boris, I don't use pressure. Remember I told you long ago I'm seasoning oxtail, but remember I told you my meat have to be washed with vinegar or some lemon juice. So here I pour some vinegar on it. I'm going to pour some water. So here is the fat. I get off all this fat. All this fat. This is no good for our health. No good. This is heavy fat. It's no good for health. So this goes in the garbage, right? So here we are. I'm washing my oxtail. I told you that we are doing at least 3 pounds of oxtail. What am I doing today? I'm seasoning my Jamaican oxtail. Those who wants to know how to season oxtail, I'm here. So here my oxtail, it's cut. It's around 3 pounds of oxtail. So we are going to be seasoning it, right? So this is it. It is now washed and I'm going to be cleaning my onion. This onion, it's around a 1/4 pound of onion, right? And let me apologize again for those who said, Missionary Boris, I can't follow you because you're not telling me the measurement. Trust me, I try and I'm going to try to help you. This is a quarter pound of onion, or can we say a nice size one? Yes. We need a piece of Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm using 4 cubes of garlic. I'm using a little thyme. You can see that this is around. A lot of people love to cook with thyme. Thyme is very good to put it, season your meat, right? So I'm taking a piece of garlic, ginger. This is ginger, right? And here am I using the scallion, right? This is 3 stalks of scallion. We'll be putting it there. Remember I told you I make my own seasoning. You remember this own seasoning that I make? But for the sake of those who don't understand what is in it, I will not be using my own season that I make today. So I'm just using the same ingredient that is in this. I'll be using it, so I put this aside, but I remind you that this is all that is in it. But I want you to see individually what I put in there. And here we have some pimento, right? I'll leave this for last. And browning for the coloring of that. So let's get started. Medium sized onion, which is about 1/4 pound. I'm going to cut it in pieces. Right, back in the days, that's how they do it, right? Back in the days when you cut onion, it burns your eye. Oh my God, you just couldn't. And everybody know, I don't know why people love oxtail, especially when we Jamaican, Caribbean people, when we cook oxtail, it's the best. Oxtail is a meat that every cut you cut it, it carries a bone. It carries a bone, and trust me, oxtail is the most expensive meat in the store. So now I cut my onion. Remember, medium onion or 1/4 pound. I'm seasoning at least 3 pounds of oxtail. Right? And here's my 3 stalks of scallion. I fold it like that and I cut. Right? Don't worry if you cannot cut like me as fast as I. Just take time, learn. Right? I cut my scallion up. Back in the days, boy, we have the cow tail. The cow tail is the official, the one that, so here is the scallion, it is cut, and I poured it inside here. As I was saying to you, back in the days, my grandmother used to go to the butcher shop and get all that cow tail, and that cow tail would be so tough, but boy, that is the best one. When you eat it, it's gluey on your mouth. Oh boy, and they cook it up and you eat it, man. That's very nice with some rice and peas. Rice and peas. So I cut not a whole pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper as usual. Yes, so you know, as I say, Scotch bonnet pepper is not that hot. But you know what happened? It is very seasoned, but we don't want to put enough in there that somebody take it, the baby, when the babies come here and they take it and they eat it. So I'm going to cut a piece of the garlic, the ginger. Cut the ginger to put in the food. Why do we put ginger in the food? We put ginger back in the days. They said if anything in the food to upset your stomach, the ginger would just ward it out. Back in the days, what our parents used to do. You know, sometimes you could use the blender to blend it. As I said, within my season here, this everything. But because I want you to see it officially how I do it, I don't want you to be wondering what missionary Boris put in that seasoning. So I blend it all out and cut in the ginger in bits and pieces to put in the oxtail. Remember, I don't cook oxtail with pressure cooker. I love when my food is nicely cooked. So here my thyme, my ginger is there. Right? What else do I have here? I'm seasoning my Oxtail Jamaican style. See my garlic? So what I do with my garlic, remember I've already washed them. They have already washed, and don't forget to wash. I pressed it with the knife. I use the back of the knife. The knife does everything, right? You put them together and you cut them all up in small pieces, so when they are cooked, you don't find them in the pot. They are all cooked out because they cut so small, right? So here am I cutting all my garlic tree. Listen, if you feel like you want to put a little more seasoning in your pot, it's okay to put a little more seasoning. You don't have to follow me said because I put 2 ounces of or a medium or a quarter pound of onion or whatever. If you feel like you want some more of that, it's so good for you to go ahead and put a little. So here's my garlic. My garlic is finely chopped. And I put it over here, right? Remember I told you that I have the pimento seed. So here's my pimento seed. I have at least 10 seeds here. I put it right there. Remember in Missionary Boris season that she made, it is all inside of this. But what am I doing? I'm trying to show you all the ingredients there. And remember, as I go along, I told you that I don't use the artificial seasoning. No, I don't. I try to stay away far from them. So I make my own seasoning, right? And I squeeze those, and I cut my pimento seed. Pimento is a very rich form of spice, and if you don't mind, you over put too much in the food, especially when you crush this pimento seed. I crush my pimento seed and I cut them. Yes, Jamaican oxtail. So see there, you see how easy am I doing this? So I pour it inside there. Good, right? So I pour inside here my garlic, my scallion, my ginger, my onion, and what else? Pimento seed. That's all that is in this. So I'll go ahead now, and we need a little darkening, whether browning, whatever sauce, and I'm going to pour one of this, a tablespoon of browning. I can put some more, so it's not that I have to put all of that, right? So remember, I shake the bottle. I'm doing this because I want you to see the measurement. If I was doing it all on myself, I would know how to pour it all. One, I think it need a little more. Little more. 2. Right? If you want it a little darker, no problem. No problem. Don't beat up on yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. Just go ahead and just do it. So here we are now. That's it. You're gonna ask me where's my salt. Remember, I don't use salt. I try to cut out the salt. I try to use just the artificial, no artificial seasoning, just the seasoning that is grown in the ground. You go and you buy. So what am I doing? I'm putting in. And remember, you can talk to your food when you're cooking, you know. Talk to your food, yes man, when you talk to your food. And don't be sad, don't be angry when you're cooking. Because you know what happens? The way you present your food when you're doing it, your food will come out. You can feel the love and the sweetness in the food, right? So, this is my oxtail, Jamaican style. Season my oxtail. So, my oxtail is seasoned. Look at that. So I'll be putting it down tomorrow night. But this, look at me. I tried this. And that told me what my meat is going to be like. Whether I'm gonna need some more seasoning or not. But the taste that you get here, you're gonna be sure that it's almost the same. See you.